In VR, you take the audience and you put them through the window into the world. Hi there, my name's Nathan Anderson. I'm the Chief Operating Officer and co-founder here at Start VR. We have a team of 15 people here, filmmakers, game developers, art directors and producers. We focus entirely on VR content at the moment. We're making content for commercial clients and also original content and licensed property as well. One of the projects we made last year is called VR Noir. It's a collaboration and co-production with AFTRS and also a company called FSM or Vandal. We're also in production on a project called Awake, which is funded from Screen Australia and HTC. And we've just started a couple of projects with some well-known TV production companies in Australia where we're looking to take a VR crew in and shoot around a main unit and add interactive episodes to their content as well. I've got 3 top tips for you today on how to create compelling and engaging VR content. Think of the camera as your audience. In fact, think of the camera as your audience's head. And that has a couple of implications. First of all, tracking shots can be sometimes nauseating if you've got very fast movement. Also, when you're constructing and covering a scene, you don't edit the same way you do as you would in a traditional screen project. Early on, we saw a lot of nauseating experiences in VR, and really that's just not thinking properly about how the camera in a VR context is essentially your audience's head. VR is a very diverse platform. Some experiences like Google Cardboard are VR, but then all the way up to HTC Vive is also considered VR. There's a lot of technical considerations in how these platforms work. Some are pre-rendered live action, some are real-time animated assets. So all of these things are considered VR, but you really have to think about what kind of platform you're going to be targeting when you actually start making a VR piece of content. Think about the audience as well. So what type of story are you making and what audience will that resonate with? Different platforms attract different audience profiles and demographics right now. We find that on the high end, you're looking at much more niche gamer audiences. On the more low end products, you're obviously getting more mainstream, more evenly distributed female-male skew. VR is a process of adaptation, and we're really only just starting to learn how to do this now. If you think about adaptation of a novel to a screenplay or to a stage play, it's that similar kind of process where you're taking source material and you're thinking about how the best way to expose that and to present that is. One of the things we think about when we're looking at VR as an analogy is a window. If you think about a window is a screen we currently have and your audience sits on one side. As a filmmaker, you can create that window and that portal. In VR, you take the audience and you put them through the window into the world. And it's that kind of philosophical change around how we present content which is really important. In that way, VR filmmaking or VR content creation is less about screen content and more about immersive theatre or experiential events where you take someone to a place and give them a sense of what it feels like to be there. In summary, I'd say that VR is a really exciting place right now. There's a lot of energetic and excited people in it, but there's also a lot to learn. So all you need right now is ambition and appetite, and the rest can come. VR is an amazing place right now. There's a really exciting blend of technical and creative challenges we've got, but there's open big fields of new opportunities that we can get to. It's really like the cinema in the early days of the 20th century or TV in the 50s and 60s. There's a lot to learn here, but there's also a lot to gain. So get out there and give it a go. So remember to check out more great videos like this on the AFTRS YouTube channel.